Welcome everyone to the stage. Are you thinking about your legacy and what you would like to leave to this community? Well, if you have been listening to our series throughout, we have been talking with Huron Hospice about how you can leave a legacy that ensures ongoing compassionate care, providing palliative and hospice care in our community. We've chatted throughout these series about what is hospice care and how you can make a legacy. I'm joined again by Chris Walker, the Manager of Fund Development for Huron Hospice. Chris, welcome.
Thanks, Roz. I really appreciate being here.
Chris, if there's one thing I've really taken away during this series is the importance of having conversations with our close ones about our legacy, what we see after we're gone, and how we can make that happen.
It's true. It's really important to have those conversations.
These are uncomfortable conversations.
They are. We really do our best to avoid them. But they're really important conversations because this is how your family realizes what your wishes are and how they can fulfill them after you're gone.
You know, when you say it that way, it really just takes me back to the mission of Huron Hospice, the fact that it really is a celebration of life in these final days and weeks. And yes, it can be sad, but it also can be a beautiful time to remember what was important to us and memories. So some of these conversations can be very heartfelt and enlivening, I think, too.
They can be. I can't stress enough how important it is that your family understand, and families understand what their wishes are. You've thought about it, I've thought about it, everybody's thought about what's important to them. They volunteer. They support friends and family when they're in some kind of need, whatever kind of need it is. And they make charitable donations. That's all part of defining your legacy, but it's important that your family understand what that legacy is.
Yep, so let's talk about a couple of ways that we can do that, which is, one is a gift of life insurance. I hadn't thought about that. How would that work? How can I make a gift of life insurance benefit an organization like Huron Hospice?
Well, gifts of life insurance for the fundraiser is what's really fascinating. It's not for everyone, but it's important that everybody understand what the options are. There are three ways you can make a gift of life insurance. You could give, or anyone could give, a fully paid up policy to Huron Hospice. We will give you, or a donor, a tax receipt for the full value of the policy at the time that they make the gift. You've made Huron Hospice the owner of the policy, so we can give you a tax receipt. We will benefit from that tax, or from that gift of life insurance when you pass away. So this one's really interesting. Think about it for a moment. A young family, they've invested wisely in their early years. They've got 2 or 3 kids and they want to protect their kids if something, God forbid, something happens. So they buy a life insurance policy, one each for each of their 4 children. Then nothing happens. They get older. They're 60 years old and they're looking at their financial situation and say, we've been really lucky. And the kids are grown. The kids have got kids who are on their way to college, and all of a sudden, these life insurance policies aren't important like they were in the early days. So that couple can give those life insurance policies to Huron Hospice. We'll give them tax receipts and for 100% of the value of those policies, and when they pass away, we'll enjoy the proceeds.
Well, what's another way that I can do this?
For other families, they've got life insurance policies they're still paying premiums on. They may want to realize their legacy, but they may not really need the life insurance policy anymore. They can give that policy to Huron Hospice. We become the owner of it. They continue to make the premium payments, and we give them a tax receipt for the value of the policy at the time they give it to us, and we give them an annual tax receipt for the premiums they've paid. We don't realize any benefit from it until they're gone.
And Chris, and yet there is a third option.
The third option, yes, there is. And someone may have a life insurance policy. They can make Huron Hospice or any charity a beneficiary of that policy. Because the charity does not own it, we can't give any tax receipt at the time, but we can give a tax receipt to the estate after the person has gone. These policies are really important, and it's important that we do our work. We need to know about those policies so we can respect your wishes, but so that we can say thank you as well.
Chris, it must be just a beautiful thing when you receive a gift of life insurance. I'm sure sometimes, as you say, it's unexpected, so I'm really hearing, you can't say it enough, that let us know it's coming.
Well, that's true, and we do receive gifts that we are not aware of and that are a complete surprise, and that's fine if people wish to be that way. But even in making a bequest, it's important for us to know that someone has made a gift in their estate or a gift of life insurance, so that we can recognize them. We understand that people are defining their legacy with these gifts, but we want to make sure that we're able to help them realize that legacy after they're gone.
Especially when we think about the great work that happens at hospice for families. We always talk about that interconnectedness. Isn't it wonderful to think of you might be helping your neighbor 3 generations down the road? That's pretty special.
It is. Huron Hospice or hospice palliative care is a really exciting place to make a legacy gift, because you're helping your family and your neighbors down the road, and you're helping somebody 2 generations on. And that's part of defining what your legacy is. What's important to you, the community that you want Huron County to be. And Huron Hospice can help you with that.
Thank you, Chris. We're here at the station. We've been talking with Huron Hospice over a series of conversations to better understand the role of hospice care and the role that you can play in making a legacy and legacy gifts, the impact that you can continue to have in generations to come. Rewatch these videos and best understand how you can make a difference. We are here at the station. We are joined by Huron Hospice, and we are always hyper-local for you.